All right, it started recording.
All right, this is homework 5, question 5. Write a C program that counts the number of positive, zero, and negative values in a bidimensional array of decimal numbers or floats. It's going to be a 6 by 6 array, and you read it from an input file, and then you're going to print out on the print screen, command screen. First, I'll show you my input file. You can see here I have a bunch of negative, positive, zero, switches to integers, decimals. It's kind of just got everything, just to show that everything works. And then to go through my code first, here we have 3 integers, which are initially set at 0. This one's going to be for positive numbers. This is going to be for zeros, and this is going to obviously be for negatives. And then num is going to be the number that we actually take in. So this should actually fix the things as we go. It should actually be a float. And then we're going to obviously open our input file, and then this is going to store the don't even use that. Never mind. All right.
Num is just the one you're gonna scan into, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So this one's just going to be whatever the numbers in here, and that's going to go next and go next.
All right. So it just scans them into num or saves them into num. All right. Got it.
Yeah. And then here we're opening our input file. Here we check if it's null or not working, and then if it is, we leave. And then here's where we actually do the coding. So it's while your input file is not at the end of file, so while there's still something in here, we're going to go through 2 for loops, like a nested for loop, 6 times, because we have a 6 by 6 array. So we want to go through all of these one at a time. So this is going to go through the first 6, and then once this goes up, it's going to go through the next 6, and it's going to keep doing that all the way until it gets to the end. And then here, like I said before, you're scanning in a float value, and you are inputting it into num. So you're taking in these values and putting it into num. And then the first thing you're going to do is check if it's negative. And if it is, you just add 1 to your integer up here, or your counter for negative. And if it equals to 0, then you do the same thing with 0. And then if it's not any of these, you could just use an else and say add it to positive, and you just add it to positive. And then here I'm printing out the 3 number values of our positive, 0, negative. And then if all of these, if it does not equal end of file, right? So that means that if it equals end of file, or there's nothing in it, then there's nothing in here. So it does, I don't know, never mind, I lied. This shouldn't be here. Like I said, fixing stuff as you go, baby, let's go. So yeah, and then you're printing it out, you're closing this, and that's it. That's all done.
All right. So what happens if you use %D instead of %F? Would it still work the same or no?
You test it. I believe it will not, because yeah, you can see that. Because it's going to take it in thinking of it an integer. So any of these decimal values are going to just get messed up, basically, because it thinks that you're looking for an integer, and then the actual like internal value, I'm pretty sure, gets changed. That's why they're all positive here.
Would it be because that you had num as a float though, or what happens if you change num to an int? Would that affect it or no? For like line 7.
Well, if I did that, then I want to say it actually does. Oh, it doesn't. So.
All right.
I thought it actually would.
I had a question. You know, wait, so I think my mic's being stupid.
No, your mic's fine.
Okay. So what is the error that you're getting, the comparison between pointer and integer?
Yes, yeah.
You know what that is? Because I don't. Like, how do you fix that?
I think the reason that is because here, when you use the star, it's calling this a pointer, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure it's saying this is a pointer to your input file, where here, we're just calling this, since we don't have the star, we're considering this an integer. I want to say, I'm not 100% sure. I know that this means that it's a pointer, so it's pointing to the input file, but I could not tell you. I could look it up though.
For your input file, right? Because you're taking float, wouldn't it just be more better if you had everything with a decimal, even something for like 0, just make it 0.0, just to be on the safe side? Like I know it works, but like
You could, but I was just doing this to show that even if you just input integers, it still is going to work fine.
all right.
And if you want to pause the video and check it, you can.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this may be a dumb question, but what does include STLIB mean? I completely forgot.
It's
I think it's a library
What about-
that's like end of file.
it's
And
one of the
in-
libraries. It gives you null
It
and a
allows you-
file.
It lets you do exit one. I know that.
It gives you a bunch of like commands that come with, or that don't initially come with C. So like if I was to get rid of this, you'll see that it doesn't actually give me an error, but right here it said built-in function exit. So without it, the actual dev C++ doesn't include this or have it in its library. But then if you have this, it's like, oh, okay, I have it now.
So essentially, you use it when you want to work with an input file, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good explanation, even though it might not be 10 minutes.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna end it here.
Okay.